Stealth Sniper. Probably going to call that episode this because of the rather weird class setup I've got here. The M40 with iron sights and a suppressor. And I know a lot of people actually do run with this, but this is the first time I've ever not used anything above an 8x scope on any of the snipers. But I thought for this episode of Map Tactics on Karg Island, I'd just give it a go and see how it turns out. You might be thinking you could just as well run with an assault rifle and do almost exactly the same, or with a PDW or any of the other personal defense weapons, but decided to roll with it. Unfortunately, after pulling up on the beach there, we basically ran into a quarter of their team that seems to have just run across to the main spot that they think everybody's going to come to, because across on the left of where I'm aiming at now, everybody thinks that everybody pulls up onto there because it's like a little lagoon. So I always think where we pulled the boat up is a better spot to get to because you've actually got more cover. But died there, of course, because there were so many, and this gun is not designed for that. Took that spawn beacon in. I always plant it as soon as I get in because I'm kind of forgetful, and I often do forget to put it down if I don't. Poor little Dudlin 66 there. The only guy on his team defending the objective, it would seem. I literally, I'm not even kidding, I cut out about 30 seconds before I got to be of me just running straight down the middle of the road. Nobody shot at me. I think they thought I was on the same team. It's like Spears from Band of Brothers. It was a moment like that before I got over to the B objective, because everybody seems to focus on armor in this on this map, and it's like no other. It's so easy to plant B, and I don't understand why people just don't run in and take it, because it really is ridiculously easy. A's a little bit harder. Because you've basically got to get some tanks in there to sort of take it, or get in there right at the start, because there's a time lag on the spawn of the defender's tank, I think by about a minute and a half. So if you can get in there before the tank gets up there, then you can probably take A quite easily. And I always think that, well, not from here, but where I was before, is probably the best place to defend B from, because you can see right into the objective, and people kind of don't expect you to be there. But as you see, got taken out there. Fortunately, we managed to get the objective, and I decided to tank up, because vehicles on this map are just insanely important. Now, somebody asked me in a private message how he should play tanks in Battlefield 3, because he said he was really struggling with them. The first thing you need is a little EOD bot called YOLO, Old Doom Warrior, who's just underneath me, repairing me the entire time. That you need. Then you need to take out the whatever SOFLAMs are around, because they seem, if you put them on top of the buildings, note to defenders, that they are completely invincible. And my third tip is you play it like it's an infantry soldier. You don't run in just because it's armoured and it takes a couple of hits to take it down. You got to play carefully and play the good positions, like peek corners like you would as a soldier. In fact, I think there's only one tip for first-person shooters, any first-person shooter, and that is basically just move cover to cover carefully. If you're in a tank, do exactly the same. I'm not pushing up here because there's literally no point. If I go around the side of this building, I open myself up, he says actually doing that, to the entirety of the players on A. In fact, I think I pushed up here because I noticed that on the map a guy had pushed around the left-hand side, which usually gives you a bit of cover. But still, YOLO repairing me there. He doesn't survive the C4 though, little YOLO Old Doom Warrior bot. I wonder if he's a relative of Retard Bot. I don't know. Retard Bot's in the next Battlefield video. He did some super stuff. I think he outshone himself. But I got C4'd there, and if you're wondering, I don't blame myself at all for getting C4'd there. I think that unless the guy running at you with C4 is in front of you, it is entirely your gunner's responsibility to stop people from C4'ing you. So, you know, I see too many people machine gunning in tanks who just basically sit there looking straight in front of them and don't cover the back of the tank, and it is your responsibility because, you know, you're basically the anti-infantry guy, and it's a lot harder for the tank driver to do that. So you got to teamwork up. But I moved across onto the left-hand side as we sort of got pushed back here. This is actually a different game, but the same tactic applies. Picking people off. I would have been a lot more useful if I got a scope on this from this kind of distance. As you see, I do miss quite a lot of shots here. But this is another great position to move in for infantry, and I think this is the best way to attack the A flag. If you can get up on here, because you can see where everybody is. You don't want to run straight up into A, because if you go up the stairs, sometimes you end up facing like 10 guys on the first floor. Everybody's just piled on there because they want a bit of height advantage. So if you come from this side, you can see where people are, and I'll show you in a second, really cool little spawn beacon. So if you put in here, it lets people curve in a nice curve right onto the top floor of A. I got quite lucky there with the Rex. I haven't tried the Rex Launcher before, but it is actually surprisingly good. It's kind of like a shotgun pistol, it feels to me. Like, it does loads of damage, but it's quite difficult to hit at range. You've got to make the most of the shots that you've got. The other great thing, though, about pushing in from the back sounds like a prison story, is that nobody guards these back stairs. Although you do have to watch that spot behind those boxes just on the left there, because people can actually sit in behind those, and that is a really good spot if you're defending to protect A, especially from the sneaky guys who are running in with their silenced M40s, flanking people like me. You can take those guys out. But those stairs there where I just shot that guy is probably, I think, the best place to defend A from. I'm slightly out of position here. And you don't really want to be going up and down the stairs because you're sort of funneled in at that point. The main advantage you have when you're defending A after you've planted it is killing people as they're coming up the stairs, because they can't strafe and get out of the way of the bullets. So as you see, I just returned up to this position because it is the best one to defend from. Moving on to the last base though, and I am of course flanking around the left hand side. This is the best route to take if you're a recon, because you can whack down a spawn beacon, get people onto the roof of the objective, and then you are pretty much set to go, because this is quite a difficult base to defend the vast majority of the time. Now you may be wondering why I haven't put any footage yet of the jets or helicopters on this map. Is because I don't think there's really any sort of complicated tactics with them. I put up a video a while ago explaining how to fly jets, and if you're a mediocre jet pilot, this video will definitely make you better. It has a lot more tips in it than a lot of other jet videos do, so check that out. It will improve your game. But as I was saying, basically just target the enemy aircraft, vehicles and infantry in that order. As a helicopter pilot, I prefer to take stealth and ECM jammer, and as the gunner I always take autoloader, thermal and TV missiles. Just before the video ends though, my attacking strategy for this last base, I'm in a really bad position here. I've got to watch two directions, which is what you never want to do as infantry. But I was waiting for the enemy tank to spawn, which you'll see it does right now. And I'm going to try and steal it. Now, I don't manage this time, but this is actually a legitimate strategy on this map, because you can see, as an attacker, I'm still in bounds. Bet he wondered what the hell went on there when I so-flammed his butt. But anyway, stay upstairs, and then the guys like that who see you in the kill cam won't come after you. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave me a comment or rating. It's much appreciated. Check out Heroes and Generals. It's a great video, and I'll see you in the next chapter. I'm using my C4, so stay away.